About a month ago, I did a video talking about one of the major Vancouver developers, Tenant Properties, and how they're in a bit of financial trouble, which is putting it softly. Two of their developments were already in foreclosure and another one was heading that way. Well, since then, somehow things get even worse for this developer. And in today's video, I'll catch you up on what has happened since, and especially this one project in Brentwood that is a nightmare for the buyers specifically. So first of all, one of the projects that was not approved for the foreclosure yet has now been granted the foreclosure status. So those are the projects that we recapped in the last video, and I will leave a link to the last video in the description below so you can go over it. The company that initiated these foreclosure proceedings is called KingSett Mortgage Corporation, and we're going to talk about them in a minute here or so. But before we do, we actually have to talk about a different project in Metrotown, not the one that we covered last time. This one is different, and Tenant Properties just acquired it earlier this year in April 2024, by all accounts for around $22 million. This project is located at 6677 Silver Avenue, and the previous owner, Properties, owes City of Burnaby about $5.7 million. However, that amount was $5.7 million in 2022. Since that time, at an interest rate of around 2%, the amount owed to the city at this time is about $7 million, or almost $7 million, I should say. And because Tenant Properties is the new owner of this land, they actually are the ones who got sued by the City of Burnaby for these funds. Now, I have a bit of a theory here, and it's the City of Burnaby suing Tenant Properties for these funds is a bit of a getting ahead of the snowstorm that's about to come, because they want to be placed first in line, so to speak, to get their money back. If they are not suing for this money, chances are the creditors will get their money first, and then the City of Burnaby would be sort of left to pick up whatever is left off after this project is sold in foreclosure proceeding. Because the other thing about this project, once again, it's a project that was just acquired earlier in 2024. Well, it is going to be placed under foreclosure proceedings because the company that provided second mortgage on the property, called Bancorp Growth Mortgage Fund 2 Limited, has requested a foreclosure proceeding on the amount owed to them. So according to the court documents, they are owed about $7.9 million with about 12.3% interest rate. And that amount as of December 3rd was about $8.2 million, almost $8.2 million, because of interest that has not been paid. As I mentioned, this is the second ranking mortgage on this property. There's also the first ranking mortgage held by the Blue Shore Financial Credit Union for an undisclosed amount that is still sort of withstanding. We don't know exactly the situation with this mortgage, whether Tenant Properties is making payments on that mortgage, on the interest of that mortgage. So there is no foreclosure proceeding as of right now, which is a bit of a strange situation. So to recap on this one project in Metrotown that hasn't even been built yet, it hasn't even been approved yet, because Tenant earlier in 2024 has requested to increase the amount of units to be built on this property from 91 to 106. So the project hasn't even been sort of approved yet. Already it has foreclosure proceeding requested against it, plus the City of Burnaby is suing them for over $8 million. From my experience, not the best start to a new project when you are sued for over $15 million before you even got started. But that's not the end of financial troubles for Tenant Properties. Unfortunately for them, they continue, because KingSett Capital Mortgage Corporation, the one that has already initiated 3 other foreclosure proceedings on Tenant Properties, is now requesting another one of their projects to be placed in the creditor protection. This project is again completely different from the other projects that we have talked about. So this story is very interesting on many different levels. Unless you're involved, then of course it is heartbreaking. But if you're looking at it from a distance, so to speak, like we are, it is very interesting because each one of the projects is in a different state of completion. And some of these things are unprecedented, so it will be interesting to see how the situation unfolds. Like for instance, this project in Brentwood that is going to be likely foreclosed on by KingSett Capital. It's called the Eclipse Brentwood, and it's part of the amazing Brentwood building initiative. Sometimes this tower is also referred to as Brentwood Tower C, which will have about 224 units. Now, why do I say this project is different from the other ones? Because this project is pretty much complete. According to the article here, it's about 95% complete. And now KingSett Mortgage Corporation is looking to have creditor protection placed against this project, which leaves a lot of people that have purchased these properties in a very strange situation. I'm talking about the buyers that have put down their deposits, because probably up until a few months ago, they were expecting that they will be moving into the project very soon. They're probably arranging their personal finances. They're probably applying for mortgages. They probably have already sold some of the other units that they have owned in order to purchase these units. And now the future seems pretty uncertain for these people, which I really feel for. Thankfully, for me personally, I don't have any clients that have bought in this project, but I feel really bad for the people and for everyone who's involved, including contractors, because there's also a bunch of lawsuits against thinned properties for unpaid contractors, but we're not going to talk about that in this video. So the people that have bought in this project, they have probably bought 5-6 years ago, because that's how long it takes to build these massive towers, now are placed in a state of limbo, because it is still uncertain what's going to happen with their investment properties. Since 5-6 years ago, the prices have gone up of these units. So it would be very unfortunate if they're just returned their deposits and now they have to go out and buy something else. As I mentioned, I'm sure some of them have already sold other properties in order to purchase these ones, since the completion is supposed to be just around the corner. On the other hand, they could still be able to purchase these units, because that's one of the reasons why this project is requested to be placed into the creditor protection as opposed to the standard foreclosure proceedings. So perhaps there is a way for the project to be complete and for people to move into this project. However, judging from some of the other towers and some of the nightmares that tenants of these properties have experienced, I'm talking about thinned properties, developed buildings. And again, all of this is alleged claims. This is not factual claims, but if you are a buyer for one of these projects, it's probably on the front of your mind. Do you actually want to complete on one of these projects, or do you just want to back out of it? Yes, you probably have lost some money over the last 6 years. Your deposits have not been making you any money. Plus, now you have to go out and buy a different place at today's prices, but at least you sort of get out of it, so to speak. It looks like thinned properties doesn't really have the best reputation right now in Vancouver real estate industry. And I wonder if they get out of this whole situation, if anyone would still be interested in buying in one of their properties. I'm guessing not, but time will tell. And also leave a comment in the comment section below. Let me know what you think. Would you buy in thinned properties development if and once they get out of this financial situation? But somehow I'm still not done with thinned properties and their nightmare, because on top of owing $189 million to KingSett Mortgage Corporation on this Brentwood Tower C, they also owe CRA, the Canada Revenue Agency, almost $12 million on top of that. So their total debts for this project alone are around $200 million. And according to these court documents, the KingSett Mortgage Corporation didn't even know about the CRA judgment that was placed against this property. So that's another sort of wrinkle in this whole situation that will be interesting for us, at least, to follow and see how it all unfolds. So in total, KingSett Mortgage Corporation right now is owed almost or just over $500 million between the 4 different projects that are headed or have already been in the foreclosure. I will try to keep you updated on this YouTube channel with this story as it unfolds, as well as other real estate news and updates. Please subscribe to the YouTube channel so you don't miss those videos when they do come out. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you're looking to buy or sell some real estate here in Greater Vancouver, or you just need some advice, feel free to give me a call, shoot me an email, shoot me a text message. I'd be happy to help. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye.